Okay, so this video is going to give you the basic rundown on how to perform a reimage on one of your StayHealthy CPUs. Once you do the reimage, you're also going to have to install a bootstrap in order to update it to a HIGI kiosk. Let's get started. So you've got your 650 CPU. We're going to start on this side. You're going to plug in your VGA monitor. You're going to plug in your USB keyboard and mouse, and that can go into any of the USB ports here. And then you're going to plug in the yellow disk 1, which is the StayHealthy reimage disk, and that's going to go into one of your USB 3.0 ports, which are the blue ports. Power it up, turn your monitor on, and that should get it going. Now what you're going to see your initial power on is Clonezilla coming up, and then all of this fun stuff. Eventually it's going to start an actual graphical interface, which you don't have to interact with. It will run completely autonomously, so you don't have to push anything, you just have to watch it happen. So this is the basic startup. Lots and lots of text running as it's running all these scripts and everything. And then you're going to notice finally this pops up, and you're going to get progress bars that show you how far along everything's going. Now there are two different disks on the hard disk that it's actually doing. So the first one takes a couple seconds, and now you see the second one's popped up. This one's going to take a lot longer. Right now it's saying about 8 minutes. I've seen them go through in about 4 or 5 minutes, and I've seen them take 15 to 20 minutes. So it does change sometimes. So we're going to leave this here for now, and we'll show you what happens at the end. Okay, so we've finished the reimage. Those bars filled all the way up, and then it gives you a message that it's going to shut down in 5 seconds, and then it shuts down, and everything's turned off. So first we're going to pull the power out of that CPU, and then we're going to pull our reimage drive out of that CPU, and what we're left with is just the VGA and our USB keyboard, and we're going to go ahead and power it up and make sure it works. So give it power again, and hopefully we come back up. Make sure your monitor's turned on, and that blue light's on the CPU. Alright, got the StayHealthy splash screen, that's a good sign. Just making it through post. And Windows is starting. So this is going to take a couple of minutes for Windows to get started. When we get past this point, I'm going to run you through your initial setup, and in order to do that you're going to need an internet connection and your USB keyboard and still your monitor, and we'll move on to that next. Alright, so we've given that CPU ample time to boot up, and now you're going to be on a screen that says this player is unregistered. That's good, that's what we want to see. That's broad sign. In order to get out of that, what you're going to do is you're going to Alt F4, and it's going to close that. Then hold Control Shift and hit Escape. That's going to bring up your task manager, and you're going to click on IS Express, hit Switch to, and then you're going to hit Q. And we're going to wait a second for that to close. Alright, now we're completely closed out. Now for the next part, you're going to need a internet connection. We'll plug that right into the Ethernet port on that CPU, and press the Windows button on your keyboard, and that's going to bring this up. When I plugged in the internet, it also put up a box to pick the network. I picked home network. I don't think it really matters. We're not worried about privacy or anything yet. So push that and let it connect. Alright, so then push your Windows button, and then right click on computer Click on Properties. That's going to pop this window up. On the left hand side you'll see Advanced System Settings. You're going to click Advanced System Settings. Now in this tab, this window, you're going to have tabs at the top. Go to Computer Name. And right down here you're going to see to rename the computer or change its name, click Change. We're going to click Change. And you're going to change the computer name to whatever your serial number is. So preface it with SH, and then whatever the number is, 1307458889, whatever it is. Just give it that name. And what this does is when we put Kasaya on here, it's going to give it the right stuff. So make sure you name that your serial number. It's going to say you have to restart to accept the changes. Hit restart later, don't restart now, and you can close that window. Now it's time to pull out the orange drive, disk 2, that says bootstrap. What we've got to do now is we've got to install the bootstrap onto the computer. So go ahead and pick a USB drive. Pop it in there. It takes 9 or 10 tries depending on how bad you are with USB drive. It's going to pop up this window. Go ahead and open folder to view files. And you're going to see these two files. One is bin, one is bootstrap. And what we're going to do is we're going to select both of those. Right click, copy, and then we're going to come over here, local disk C. It's going to open all this up. Come over to the white space, right click, and paste. And that should paste both bin and kiosk bootstrap. Looks like everything's there. Okay, so now we've got that on there. Close your Explorer window. You can remove that USB drive. And then we're going to hit the Windows button. And we are going to shut down. And then we're going to let it shut down. This is going to take a few minutes. Once it shuts down, make sure you've got your internet plugged in, make sure you've got your keyboard plugged in, and make sure you've got your VGA monitor plugged in. And we're just going to start it right back up. And next we'll go over the process of installing Kasaya and actually bootstrapping everything. Okay, for this part I've actually zoomed in to the monitor so you can see what I'm doing better. And we've let everything reboot. We've come back up to this player's unregistered screen. So you're going to hold Alt and hit F4, and that's going to take that down again. And then Control Shift Escape, and that's going to bring up our task manager again. Click on IIS Express, switch to, you're going to hit Q, and that's going to shut everything down. So that's down, and we're back to just this black screen. Now if you've got an active internet connection, you're going to hit the Windows button, and you are going to go to the search bar and start typing in Internet, and Internet Explorer should pop up. You're going to open Internet Explorer. And it's going to try to take you to localhost, so don't worry about that. You can hit stop. And go ahead and highlight your address. And you're going to start typing in Kasaya. KAS, and it's automatically going to load this bar here. So you can click on kasaya.stayhealthy.com/dl.asp. And when you click on that, it is going to take you to this page that tells you all the different installs that you can do. So the one you're going to pick is the third one down, RMA kiosk at Stole. So it puts it in the RMA kiosk group. So go ahead and click on that, and then it's going to ask if you want to run it or save it. Click Run, and that's going to download pretty quickly. and then it's just going to disappear and you're not going to know what happened, but it's installing Kasaya and everything right now. So you're not going to see any of that. That all happens in the back end. So you can go ahead and close this and go ahead and open Task Manager again. So Control Shift and Escape. It's going to open your Task Manager. Then go over to this Processes tab, and you want to see that it's added Agent Monitor, agentmon.exe. You want to make sure that that's there, and you want to make sure that this Ka user task is there. So those two things are basically is telling you that Kasaya is running on the machine now. So you can be confident that it has Kasaya, and it should be running under the serial number that you've added to the unit. Alright, so now we've got Kasaya, so now we've got to bootstrap this. So you're going to hit the Windows button to bring up your menu, and you're going to click on Computer, you're going to click on C, and then you're going to look for that kiosk bootstrap that we just installed on here. So the file is SH650 kioskbootstrap.bat. You're going to double click on that, and what you're going to do, install ID is always going to be 32. Serial number, you're going to put in the serial number of the device, whatever it may be. The address. All of this information needs to be what you're putting in for the actual kiosk. So you're going to see that I'm not putting any of that information in, but you need to make sure it's in there correctly in order for HIGI to be able to do everything right. So once you've got all that information in, you're going to click Install. And then we're going to see progress bars over here on this side that start coming. Google Chrome sometimes takes a while to update. Some of these others take a while to update. So this will take a few minutes for everything to go. And once this is done, it pretty much starts doing everything automatically. So from this point, leave everything powered on and just let it run through whatever it's doing. Alright, so it's done the update. It's all finished, so it's going to reboot. You want to make sure that you've got everything out of the back except for the internet, your keyboard, and the VGA. And when it starts rebooting, it's going to go through the HIGI platform and it's going to start downloading updates. It might do this a few times before you finally end up on a screen that just says that it's under construction. Once you get to that final screen and it's stopped rebooting and stopped updating, you've got a fully updated kiosk. What you'll do from then is put it into an actual kiosk and connect all your peripherals, start it up, and you might get it on the first go, or you might have to clean the ports and everything. The other option is if you've got it on Kasaya and everything, you can call HIGI support and they will walk you through the rest of it / do it themselves. Anyway, okay, this is what it's going to look like the first time you turn it on and it starts doing the HIGI updates after you've bootstrapped it. You'll get the big white screen and it's going to have to do a lot of thinking, and then you're going to see your kiosk screen come up. HIGI at work. Running patch. This may take a while. And it might take a while indeed. So just let it keep doing this, and it's going to do it a few more times. And then you'll be in business. Okay, this will be the final screen you see. Once you've seen this for 5 or 10 minutes, you can be reasonably sure that it is finished updating and it is ready to be plugged into a kiosk and have everything set up from there.